Have you ever felt like investing is some exclusive club you weren't invited to? Well, today we're pulling back the curtain on Acorns. It's the app that says it can turn your spare change, from your coffee runs and grocery trips, into a real investment portfolio. But does it really work? And more importantly, is it worth it? Let's dig in and find out. All right, so here's our game plan. First, we're going to unpack this whole idea of investing your spare change. Then we'll get into the nitty-gritty of how the app actually works. After that, we'll do a classic pros versus cons showdown, break down what it really costs you, and finally, help you figure out if Acorns is the right move for your money. Okay, so what's the big idea here? What problem is Acorns really trying to solve? Well, it all starts with a feeling I bet a lot of us have had before. I mean, seriously, if you've ever thought you need thousands of dollars lying around, or maybe a PhD in finance just to get started, you are not alone. That feeling is the exact barrier that keeps so many people on the sidelines, just watching their cash sit in a savings account instead of having a chance to grow. And that's where Acorn swoops in with a super simple premise. What if you could invest without even noticing the money was gone? It's what they call a micro-investing platform, and it's built from the ground up for absolute beginners. The whole goal is to just get you to start, even if it's just with a few dollars here and there. So we get the big idea. But how does Acorns actually turn the spare change from that burrito you bought into a real live investment portfolio? Let's pop the hood and take a look. At its core, Acorns is what's called a robo-advisor. Now, don't let the fancy name scare you. It just means it uses technology to do all the heavy lifting. So instead of you having to pick stocks and bonds, it automatically builds and manages a portfolio for you based on your goals. Think of it as investing on autopilot. And now for the feature Acorns is famous for, roundups. It works like this. You link your credit or debit card. You go about your day. You buy a coffee for, say, $3.50. The app sees that and automatically rounds the purchase up to $4, setting aside that extra 50 cents for you. Once all that spare change adds up to $5, boom, it gets invested. It's designed to be completely out of sight, out of mind. But here's the thing. Acorns has grown way beyond just spare change. It's really trying to be your all-in-one money app. For example, Acorns Later lets you open up a retirement account, like an IRA. Acorns Early lets you start an investment account for your kids, which is pretty cool. They even have Acorns Checking, which comes with a debit card, so you can bank and invest all in the same place. So it sounds simple, it sounds convenient, and it is. But like with any financial product, there are two sides to this story. We really need to look at both the good parts and the hidden drawbacks. Okay, on the plus side, it's about as effortless as it gets. There's no minimum amount you need to open an account, and it handles complex stuff like portfolio rebalancing for you. But the cons? They're pretty significant. That flat monthly fee can really eat away at a small account, you have almost no control over your investments, and it's missing advanced features that other robo-advisors offer. And this quote right here, from a user on Reddit, it just perfectly captures the magic of Acorns. People say this all the time. The automation just plain works. It helps you build a saving habit when you otherwise might not have, just by making the whole process invisible. But, and this is a really big but, here's the other side of that exact same coin. This is the critical warning. For someone with a small balance, that little $3 monthly fee can turn into a huge percentage of their money, potentially wiping out any gains they make. This is the single biggest catch. So, let's go there. Let's talk about the cost. We're going to break these numbers down to see exactly what you're paying for and whether that convenience is really worth the price, especially when you're just starting out. So Acorns works on a subscription model, kind of like your streaming services. The basic personal plan is $3 a month. That gets you the investing, retirement, and checking accounts all bundled together. The price goes up from there if you want more features. It seems simple, right? But that simple monthly fee hides a pretty important detail. I want you to look at this number. 7.2%. What is that? Get this. That is the effective annual fee you'd be paying on a $500 account with that basic $3 a month plan. $36 a year on a $500 balance, that is a massive drag on your money. And this chart just makes the problem crystal clear. Look at the comparison. For a small account, Acorns' effective fee is way up here at 7.2%. The industry standard for other robo-advisors, it's around 0.25%. I mean, it's not even in the same ballpark. That convenience comes at a really, really steep price for beginners. Okay, deep breath. We've covered how it works, the good, the bad, and the real cost. So now we get to the most important question. Is Acorns actually right for you and your situation? So, you might absolutely love Acorns if you're a total beginner who's been putting off investing forever. If you know you struggle to save money and an automated hands-off system is the only way you'll actually do it, this could be your thing. Also, if you really value having everything, banking, retirement, investing, all in one slick app, the fee might feel worth it to you. On the other hand, you should probably take a hard pass if you're starting with a really small amount, let's say under $1,000. Those fees are just going to hurt too much. If you're someone who hates paying fees, or if you want more control to pick your own investments, there are way better and cheaper options out there for you.
At the end of the day, whether you use Acorns or some other tool, the most important step is simply starting. So the real question isn't just about what app to use, it's about what you're trying to grow. Is it a retirement fund, a down payment on a house, or maybe just a more secure financial future? The question is, what's the first seed you're ready to plant?